city known for its ancient ruins, its stunning architecture, the Colosseum, the Sistine Chapel and of course the Vatican. It's also known for its horrendous traffic problems. And what better vehicle to get around all this madness in than one called a Move.
Yes, Daihatsu's new small city car, the Move, is the perfect car to explore Rome in. Japan has pioneered small car technology. Its high urban population, together with legal and environmental concerns, have made it a necessity. And Daihatsu are one of the biggest manufacturers of this new generation of city car. The Move has been a familiar sight on the roads of Japan since August '95, and with sales of more than 200,000, it's the fastest selling ever vehicle of its class over there.
The Move is a city car, and if you're going to drive a city car, or test a brand new city car, what prettier city to come to than Rome? Obviously you've got lots of different sights to see, and the manic traffic that the Italians are famed for. Daihatsu last year sold over 500,000 small cars, and in Japan alone 470,000 microcars. Now that's big numbers, and obviously they've been building these cars for many years, and the Move is just one derivative of a whole range of small cars available from Daihatsu. In this country we've been traditionally known for sort of larger vehicles, four-wheel drive vehicles, small commercial vans, but certainly we have a whole host of products that's ready and waiting out there to be introduced to Europe.
So, what are the great points about the Move? Well, Daihatsu are keen to point out that it's not a big car made small, but a small car made big. It sounds great, but what exactly does it mean?
A lot of people are now interested in much smaller cars, and I think what manufacturers have done is obviously over the past they've had small cars but not very small cars, and I think what they've done is obviously they started to reduce their vehicles, but obviously if you reduce something there's inherently going to be compromises, whether it's with rear legroom, with boot space, whereas the Japanese for many years have had what they call the K-class regulations, which is what are known as microcars, and what they've done there, they've had stringent ruling that says a vehicle has to be of certain dimensions. So what the Daihatsu have done with the Move is maximised the external dimensions by creating a whole new body shape, and obviously it's a small car on the outside, but obviously inside it feels like a much larger vehicle.
This compact exterior means I'm able to manoeuvre my way through the busy Rome streets almost stress-free, and this is the ace up the Move's sleeve. It has almost TARDIS-like properties. From the outside it may not look like much of a load lugger, but inside it's a very different story.
But it's much bigger than something like a Ford Fiesta, for example, inside, and the combination of the higher roofline gives you a much greater feeling of space from the sort of shoulders and above. It certainly does feel like you're in a sort of medium-sized small car, rather than something that on the outside is a little bigger than a Mini.
The space, which is easily enough for 4 large adults, and the versatility are the Move's 2 strongest points. The interior features extremely versatile seat arrangements. All 4 seats move backwards and forwards, recline, and also fold completely flat. In fact, by reclining all 4 seats, the interior even offers the option of a spacious double bed. On the downside though, the Move's small wheels transmit every single bump on the road, and at high speeds the Move does feel quite lightweight and gives off lots of vibrations. And what of performance? Well, the Move's 850cc engine produces all of 42 brake horsepower, giving a top speed of 82 miles per hour. And when you're travelling anywhere close to that, it really does get quite noisy. The Move is definitely a vehicle for city driving and not serious motorway mileage. There's no denying that the Move is a vehicle packed with character that's aimed at a very particular market. So who is going to buy it?
I think it could cross all age groups. I mean, obviously in Japan, it's very much the young people have taken it on board because it is different, it is weird, it says something about their sort of style, and there are a host of accessories such as little chrome trims, extra wheels, little sort of body kits and graphics and all sorts of things. Now, obviously, the UK may be a little more restrained in their choice of personalising their car, but certainly it's going to appeal to people who want to stand out. But again, it's a small car, but it's a 5-door vehicle. It's going to be ideal perhaps as a family car, a works well. Certainly the rear seats move backwards and forwards in the same way as the front seats slide backwards and forwards. That means, depending on what size, whether you've got adults or kids or anything, you can maximise the space inside the car. So it's going to appeal to young families as well. And of course, you know, those older couples as well of, you know, once the kids have left sort of thing, it's perhaps a little way to, you know, regain some of that lost youth that everyone craves for.
I have a feeling it's going to be people with a sense of humour that buy it, I must say.
I think so. Well, I think so. Sense of humour is perhaps a little unkind. Certainly people who don't mind standing out from a crowd sort of thing and are willing to say, look, you know, this is my car and this is what it says about me.
At just over £7,000 on the road, the Move is not only cute, but it's the most competitive small car on the market. And unusually for a vehicle in this range, comes with the options of a 3-speed automatic transmission and the luxury of air conditioning, each at around £500.
Well, I've made it through the hustle and bustle of the streets of Rome, and I've got to the hotel in just about one piece. And this trip has convinced me of two things. The first is that Italian drivers are absolutely barking mad. And the second is that the Move is indeed the perfect city car. It's nimble, it's light, and it's very responsive. And it's also a lot of fun to drive. Now, you will have already decided whether you love the Move or you hate it. It's the kind of vehicle that does provoke reactions in people. But if you're looking for a great small family car that's got a high level of specification and is extremely affordable, then I have to say that you can't fail to be moved by the Move. And that's me corny jokes over with. I think it's time for a nice pizza and a nice glass of Chianti.